Welcome back to my channel, everyone. This is Liam. Today we're talking about common skateboarding mistakes and how to avoid them. I have 5 segments in this video. Poor stance, skipping warm-ups, not learning the fundamentals, overconfidence and taking risks too early, and then lastly, which is quite subjective, skating without safety gear. I'm gonna have fun here at Plaza, get a little warm-up, and then start doing harder tricks and describe to you what common mistakes are, how you can avoid injury, progress better, and be safer. Let's take a look. The first segment that I want to talk about is poor stance. When you have poor stance on a skateboard, you're most likely gonna fall off. And a lot of people who step on a skateboard for the first time don't understand this fact. And you need to have a steady balance. It's best to put your first foot on over top of the truck. The front truck helps a lot with stability. If you put it in the middle, there's a lot less stability and your board could go any direction depending on how you put your weight. And if you're not familiar, you're gonna flip out and fall very quickly. This is probably the most common thing when it comes to beginning skateboarding, which is easily avoidable. Standing in grass, learning how to stand on your board and practice this is a huge benefit. Also, using your shoulders to direct your motion helps. Using your shoulders to go forward and or sideways when balancing is huge. It helps your control and also the direction you want to go. It also contributes to leaning or turning so that you can go in certain directions without worrying about falling. That's the first step to avoiding common falls and mistakes in skateboarding. Let's move on to number 2. This is mistake number 2, and that is skipping warm-ups. A lot of the time, us skateboarders, myself included, skip warm-ups, skip exercise like stretching, getting the body limber to do jumps and grinds and just skating naturally or fast. When you do stretches, pushing is often a lot better, and a lot of the times when I'm pushing towards the skate park, I get sore, which sucks because I've been pushing using my feet so much that it causes soreness because I haven't stretched yet. So a lot of times stretching is going to benefit immensely, and it's also going to make you more motivated to go outside and get started skating. Underrated for sure. It could be as simple as doing a few stretches, leg stretches, shoulder stretches, whatever you're familiar with before getting started. You could also do some light skating, like pushing around, olling up or down small features, a couple pushes, kickflips, whatever. Nothing too aggressive. So just pushing lightly and then stretching early on before and after skating will help a lot. Get the blood flowing before you start getting tricks. It's very simple, but it's a hurdle because we don't exactly want to do that because it's not as exciting as starting skateboarding. I have that problem. I want to skateboard immediately. I do not want to stretch before skating. I do, and I'm going to begin doing it regularly, more regularly, with discipline because it only benefits you. It actually shows, it feels better. It's going to help you avoid injury too because your body is actually going to be absorbed the impact and movements that you're doing. So that's mistake number 2, is of not stretching or warming up slowly before skating. Mistake number 3, let's find out. So it helps a lot to start with the basics and slowly progress, and increasing your comfort zone, increasing the risk slowly with the comfort and familiarity. Don't jump into the fire right away because that's going to cause issues and mistakes that could be avoided. Skipping simple tricks that you're comfortable with and slowly progressing is the best way to go instead of jumping into tricks that are uncomfortable or that feel very stressful and risky. You don't want to jump to those tricks immediately. You want to kind of build your tolerance and comfort to get to those harder difficulty tricks. That's what I chose to do growing up. Naturally, I generally would repeat tricks over and over and again until I kind of got them down, and then I would move on to a trick related to the one I just completed or mastered or feel more comfortable with. So I kind of slowly kept climbing the steps to get better tricks. That's what helped me, and that's just a mistake I see sometimes watching people skate, and they're just hurling themselves towards features that it looks like they're not capable of trying. So taking it slowly is going to be helpful to avoiding mistakes. Let's get a little more skating in and move on. So this reason is a big one, and it's overconfidence and taking risks too early. I get kind of shook up when I see people taking risks too early on features they're not yet capable of doing, because the margin for injury is a lot higher, and it could be avoided just by starting a little bit with less and working your way up to more confidence is the best way to go. So I would avoid doing tricks beyond your ability when you're starting out. In a street setting, it's a little different when you have capabilities to push yourself and you have familiarity and you're willing to take the risk in a street setting because you kind of have an idea and an overall confidence in your abilities to push yourself. That seems to be an exception. So my advice is to set realistic goals and gradually increase the difficulty of your tricks. That's just how I see it the best fit. Skateboarding is a weird balance between managing risk, and that's the best way to do it. When I was younger, I would just try to do tricks over and over and over again until I got it well, and I was comfortable to use that trick to influence the next trick like it, and just keep progressing and building. That's my advice. This is the last reason. I don't know if I would call it a mistake, but it's skating without safety gear. The tradition in skateboarding is to skate without safety gear because of the sidewalk surfing aspect of it. You don't surf with safety gear. I know it's a different discipline, but the whole concept started from sidewalk surfing, which was a fluid motion of irregularities in the street setting. That's where it all began. It's just with time, skateboarding came to a level of progression that was just unheard of. And that tradition has kept up. It's an impressive act, and I think starting out it could contribute to your wellness. I personally did not start out with gear because I wasn't familiar with it. I just started my skateboarding around my house and in my basement, and it was just an activity that I didn't see. I just thought it was a tool around the house that would be fun to use, and I was super inspired by it because of how magical it was and how people could maneuver their board so crazy. Yeah, it's an arguable concept, so you could leave a comment and let me know what you think. I have in the past when I was younger and I was street skating and I didn't quite have the confidence to do a certain large stair or railing, I would put a helmet on and attempt that, and it would give me the confidence boost I needed to actually do it successfully. So that's one way in which this can benefit you. Those are the common mistakes in skateboarding that I think could be avoided or prevented. I wanted to share them with you because ultimately I think skateboarding is a gradual progression, and I wanted to skate here at Plaza because it's a facility that you can learn and grow and take steps to keep progressing. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe for new ones because I have videos coming out every week. I don't know what they're gonna be, but they'll be there. See ya.